You know, when did you first start working on the album?
Um, okay, when did we get back? We toured. Our last gig was San Diego. Do you mind if I take this knob off?
Oh, go ahead.
I hate. That's why I put mine down here because it always gets in the way.
Does it come off?
It should.
Want to play Les Paul?
Yeah.
Try that.
No, but what was the question?
When did you first start working on it?
Okay, we started the Monday after our last gig. We jumped in right away because we figured might as well get it out of the way. And, you know, we were obviously a lot tighter than if we took a couple weeks off and partied it up every weekend,
Right.
you know. So Ted suggested it, and we said, yeah, that's what we were going to ask you if we could do it right away, as opposed to waiting, because we're much tighter. We just played 10 months, you know. Even if you're half asleep, there's something there. You're just tight without knowing it. And so we went in on that Monday.
So when was this then?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, that's it.
2 weeks ago. And we went in Monday, rehearsed. Tuesday we rehearsed. Wednesday and Thursday we recorded. I guess about 4 or 5 songs. And then we took off because we had to write some more songs.
So you didn't have all the material written then?
No, not at all, actually. Well, that last thing that you heard with the poppy one, that one we just wrote like 3 days ago in the studio. I just had this riff. Actually, here's how it used to go. It's just totally different, you know. And well, we just cut the fat off, you know, made it simpler, and everybody goes, "Hey, it's called Dance the Night Away."
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. You know, it's a real dance the night away.
There was a Cream song called Dance the Night Away. Did you know that on Disraeli Gears?
Yeah. How did that one go? I forgot.
Totally different. Dance the night away. It was a minor type of song.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, nobody would ever think.
Well, I mean, it doesn't sound very original, you know, but who cares? Might as well cash in on the dance, you know? Everybody's going to dance.
Did you think that the first album was going to do as well as it did?
Hell no. Who knows, the next one might bomb. No, I mean, I feel pretty good about the next one. The first one, I had no idea, you know? Even though we took the same approach on this one, because I really feel a lot of people tend to write songs, like I just said, you know, with the song, you know, AM offering, but it really it wasn't planned that way, you know. We didn't think pop, you know. We didn't think AM song. It was just a riff that I had, and we put it to use, and we just wrote it the way it sounded. I mean, I can't help it if I come up with a poppy sounding riff, you know. But we never have that. That's not our concept, you know. We just do what we come up with, as opposed to forcing ourselves to write something commercial. You know. It's like some of the stuff like that other one. You know, that probably never get any air. But that's what I really like. I get off on playing that stuff. I like the hard stuff. But it's also got, you know, interesting changes to it, so it keeps it alive sounding. And you know, it was actually exactly like the first record. We just sat up in a big room, wait to see. Neil came down and took pictures. You know Neil Stoll's
Sure.
Came down and took pictures of us in the studio. And that's how we record, man. Just I used almost everything I use on stage.
Really?
Only I used my old Marshalls as opposed to brand new ones that I use on stage. I don't like using the old ones on stage because I've lost them before. And they sound, you know, to my ear, you know, they sound so good. I put them in the closet when I'm done and leave them there.
Yeah. So then there wasn't a lot of overdubbing then?
Oh, not at all. There'll be 10 songs on the album. 3 of them have guitar overdub. The rest are live.
What's the album called?
Van Halen.
Is it? 2. Yeah.
I didn't say it, you said it. No, it's going to just have the logo on the front, and on top where it says Van Halen, you know, like on that one. It'll say 2, Van Halen 2. just so the audience or the people know that it's not the first one, it's the second one.
Right.
But we don't mean to bill it as Van Halen 2, like Queen 2, or
Right. So then you didn't consciously go after the type of sound that you had in the first album because it was so successful. I mean, the band obviously has its own sound, but I mean, you didn't consciously try to write another Running with the Devil or.
No. I mean, you heard the tape.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound. The songs aren't all the same.
No.
You know.
I just want to hear you say it. I know.
Oh yeah, it's not at all like that. Well, like the first album too, we didn't consciously write Devil. It just came up, you know. It's just written. It wasn't like, hey, we need a song with the bass going, you know. It's just the way it happened. And I'm real happy with this record because it still sounds like Van Halen, which is, you know, 3 instruments and voices with very few overdubs, very live and sounding.
You mentioned you
as
like
opposed to like other bands I've heard, without mentioning any names, you know, they do tend to try and redo their first album. You know, they go, oh wow, we hit it with that one, we got to follow the same format, which we didn't do at all.
Right.
You know, when the record comes out, when it'll be all in sequence, you know, I bet it won't be at all like the first one.
You mentioned outside that you really like the sound of this album.
Yeah, it's just much fuller. Mike, you know, used a much smaller amp, and for some, also Ted and Don, Ted Templeman's the producer and Don Landy's the engineer. You know, I guess for the first record they weren't quite sure of what we wanted, and you know, they weren't too familiar with our sound. Now they are. So it's just, you know, I guess growing. You know, we've both grown. We play better, we write better, and they in turn know how to bring the sound out better for us.
Why don't you give me like a rundown of the songs, titles, and you know, what was involved, what are they about, and things like that?
God, I
can you remember
the songs? I go out there and get the tapes. So
could you do that? Track 1.
Well, see, this isn't the order at all.
Okay. Order doesn't matter.
Okay, the first song on this tape is Out of Love Again. Just the fast sounds like, not the first song you heard, but it's the one that sounds kind of like, what is it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, because the singing's kind of, you know, it's fast.
I like that riff.
It sounds more funky, you know. And well, it's just everyone can relate to that. Everyone falls in love and out of love.
Right.
It's, yeah, what else can I say about it?
Whatever, I mean, that's all it says.
It's I really like that song because it really makes the drums shine. I think, you know, it's a lot more like that. Kind of pissed me off with the first record that there wasn't enough drums. You know, I guess that ain't too cool. But no, but this album, you know, there's a lot more spots where the bass and the drums are spotlighted as opposed to the guitar. You know? And that's one of the songs. The drumming, I think, is real good. The second one is Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
Which everyone, again, can relate to.
Which one was that?
That one was written around the same time as Running with the Devil.
Really?
Yeah. It was, you know, it was an old favorite of ours, and people used to follow us around before we ever record out. But, you know, when we write all songs, we sift through them all with Ted, and, you know, we pick out what we want to do, and one out of the four might say, hey, let's do this one. The other guys will go, nah, why don't we try this one? So that one didn't make the first record.
What else? Is that the one that Ted said wouldn't fit in the first record?
Yeah, or somebody in the band said, why don't we save that one for the next album, you know. There's a couple other songs, too, one called Big Trouble. It's kind of neat.
Is that on this album?
No, we were going to put it on, but then we thought, nah, I might as well save it. It's got a lot of neat changes in it. I don't know. Yeah. It's a neat song. Got good singing in it. Somebody Get Me a Doctor is, you know, about being high and feeling good, stuff like that. ODing or whatever. What's the next one?
If the cat bothers you, just throw them away.
Oh,
So,
the next one is Women in Love. That's a trippy one. I mean, if you follow the lyrics, you can look at it two ways, kind of. It's like a guy was going out with a chick, and as opposed to the conventional way of losing a chick to a guy, he loses his chick because his chick runs off with another chick. Women in love. But, if you're not listening carefully, it sounds like woman in love, just a chick running off with another guy. But it's, a little extra twist to it because a chick leaving a guy for another chick as opposed to a guy.
which one is that?
That's the one where you didn't hear the intro, that has the harmonics for the intro.
Right.
The harmonics in that, the intro, I really like that. It sounds different, and I double tracked it too, so it kind of gets, what a harmonizer does? It kind of sounds like I used a harmonizer, but I didn't. All I did was double it with a, I used a Strat on that too, a regular Strat. It sounds real neat. That's the only other guitar I used was I put it together myself. I got I got a Tele pickup in the back, so a fat Strat, something else, and I picked up. And I just had a junk body laying around. I threw it together in like a day, and I had a Dan Electro neck that I put on it.
Really?
You ever seen those?
Yeah.
Dan Electro neck. I only use it for one part, because for a quiet little intro. So that other guitar is too ballsy sounding to play quiet and clean. And, just about it for that one. The next one is the cover song, "You're No Good," which to me has it doesn't sound at all like the original, or I've never actually heard the original when the Ronstadt didn't write the song. I guess it was Halen, Dozier, Halen.
Probably one of theirs, yeah.
Three guys that used to write for Motown.
Motown, yeah.
And it's a great song. I mean,
how did you guys pick it? I mean, were there a few cover songs you were maybe thinking about?
Ted suggested it, or he asked us, "What do you got? How do you guys feel about doing another cover song?" We're going, if the song's right and if it fits our style, if we can arrange it to fit our style, then we'll do it. And we're all thinking, "Oh, what can we do? Oh, well, don't worry about it. If something pops up, we'll do it. If not, we got plenty of songs to pick from. But it would be nice to have a cover song." And so he says, "Hey, how about You're No Good?" And I said, "What a trip. We used to do that song playing at Gazzari's."
Did you really?
Only we did it like the record. We didn't do it our own way. And then Ted goes, "We'll play it." And I go, "God, I don't remember how it goes." And I just started noodling around, and that's how it came about. It wasn't at all like, we never even listened to the record. It's just I kind of remember the changes, and because I didn't listen to the record, it didn't sound the same. I just kind of thought back about the basics of the song, and that's how it ended up. Much more basic than, that's Van Halen, man. Basics. And it sounds good that way. To me, who needs all that extra garbage? Just wouldn't be able to pull it off live anyway. That's the main reason why we don't do a lot of overdubs.
Is it?
Sure. Like if I do something that's like the main part of the song as an overdub, and I can't do it live, people are gonna miss it. They're gonna go, "Hey, I'm sounding the same." Well, it's true.
Yeah, I know.
So when we do overdubs, the real subtle little things that just enhance the sound as opposed to being a real melodic main thing or something. But, it just depends on the rhythm section, guitar for solos, and singing for melody. You're No Good. What's after that? After that is Bottoms Up, which is a proven song. Because we must have, in 10 months we've played, in 6 months of it at least, we played it every night for our encore song. And everywhere from Japan to Texas, they love it. You know, and it's
Which one is that?
the boogie. You know, one that, I think you can solo now too. I kind of like it for a boogie. Cause I personally I hate soloing to boogies.
Really?
Yeah, it's just such a weird beat that
Mm-hmm.
you know it doesn't really fit my style that well. You know, cause I like to noodle out of the rhythm as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to tick 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 tick. You know, playing in the beat. So I was pretty happy with it because it was kind of you know it had more feeling to it than just going tick 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 tick. You know,
All right.
stuff like that. And see, bottoms up. Which I thought, oh yeah, light up the sky. That's my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
That's da da da. The one that that one. I personally, I wrote that song, the music, a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but right after I guess our first record was recorded, and you know I used to stick around and play it for the guys, and nobody really. And he's got a new riff, you know. Nobody really said anything, and then when we came back off the tour, you know, we played all our new riffs and songs and whatever for Ted, and he really liked that one, and I was totally surprised because it is kind of, it's a little more progressive. The changes are a little more bent in a way, you know, than the commercial stuff, than the more simple stuff. So I was happy that he liked that, and it'll work out to be good on Light Up the Sky. There's a, I don't even know if I should talk about this. Just off the wall. These people, I guess Warner Brothers is financing some movie, and they wanted us to write a theme song for it.
Oh.
We were thinking of using that song, but I don't think so.
No.
Don't even do that.
Keep it there.
Well, because we went and saw the screening of the flick, you know, and it ain't gonna win no Academy Award or nothing.
This isn't Kirk Henry's film, is it?
I forget the guy's name. Is it about the kids up north destroy everything?
I don't know. This guy Kirk Henry got signed to do this film or something. I just thought it might have been his because they just had a screening of it over at Warner Brothers the other day.
At Burbank Studios?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been it. Yeah.
At 1 o'clock?
Yeah. Oh.
It was 1 o'clock.
No, it was not in the evening.
2 days ago. Maybe there was a couple showings.
Yeah. It was a neat movie. I mean, everyone's going to relate to that. It's like high school kids up north in some New Granada, some new housing development, you know. And, well, they just destroy everything. They lock it. They had a PTA meeting, you know, because all the parents were getting together to talk about the problems they're having with all the students and kids, you know, destroying the town. And then while all the people were in there, they locked them in. They chained the doors, you know, and all the cops were inside stuck, you know, and they went out and started smashing the cars and blowing everything up. It was insane. It's supposed to be true, too. It's supposed to be a true story. But, so I think maybe the title of that kind of sprung from that because it was a trippy movie, and it would be a good title calling it Light Up the Sky. Cause you know, the last scene of that movie was heavy, boy. It's just a big, you know, giant flash pot, flame, you know, type of thing. But, well, it's a fast-moving song. It sounds exciting. It sounds like, go out and light up the sky, you know. Yeah, let me see a couple more songs that you haven't heard. Beautiful Girls. That's the one that, I don't know what kind of feel that has. It sounds happy, though, you know. You know, the theme of that song is pretty much like, you know, I got a drink in my hand, and I got my toes in the sand, I'm feeling good, you know, with a beautiful girl. It's a happy song. Gotta balance it out, you know. Well, I hate some records, you know, you listen to it and it's just happy all the way through. It's all up. I mean, there's a way to write a song where the music is up, but it's still got a serious type of theme, you know. And, well, we got a little bit of both on this record. There's some songs that sound real happy, poppy, sing along type of stuff, and other stuff that's just, you know, drink a bottle of booze, get fucked up, and vibrate, you know. So yeah, Beautiful Girls. That'll be a good one, I think. I mean, it is. I like it on the tape.
Mhm.
And, another one, Dead or Alive. That's, I don't know if you've ever heard that one. That's a real rocker. Goes, you know, like that. That's a real good one. That's the, you know, like just being an outlaw. You know, everybody's out to get you, dead or alive. Type of thing. What else? How many songs is that I've told you?
It's about
I
80.
think I'm missing one. I think it's 10 songs in the record, 9 or 10. Oh, and there's Mike's bass solo.
Oh, is there a name for that?
I think we're gonna call it something. Yeah.
You don't know yet.
No, it's up to him. You know, like I named my solo Eruption. You know, it kind of sounded like it. You know, and, I don't know what Mike should call his bass solo because it really it. You might not win no awards for being a great bass player, but that song, just the sound he gets out of it, really makes a vibe. You know, it sets a mood. When you hear it, you think of something. It's not as opposed to thinking, "Oh, he's a good bass player." You know, it kind of makes you, "Oh, that sounds trippy." You know? Sounds like animals or something. It does to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like, you know, animals out late at night out to get you.
The primal scream.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm missing a song. Let me think real quick. Out of Love Again. Doctor. I'm in Love. Not Good. Bottoms Up. Light of the Sky. Dead or Alive. Beautiful Girls. Dancing Night Away. Mike's bass song. That's it.
That's it.
10. 9 if you know. 10 if you're calling Mike's bass solo song.
Is that gonna be like an intro into a song or something?
Yeah, probably into You're No Good.
The way I heard it on there.
Yeah, just like my solo is an intro to You Really Got Me. But I think if You're No Good is ever a single, I don't think it'll be on. You know, just like You Really Got Me was a single and didn't have the solo connection.
Right. So you're pleased with your playing on it?
Definitely. It's not. There's a lot of guitar tricks on it, but some of them are more subtle than, like, say, the last record. They're not as obvious. Like when you heard the harmonic thing, a lot of people probably wouldn't think it's a guitar, but it is. You know, I like doing stuff like that, just tricks where people trip when they find out it's a guitar. I go, whoa. I read a review once of our album, the first one, and they didn't even think the finger thing that I do for Eruption was a guitar. They're going on, and you know, they just kind of bypass it on a synthesizer solo by Van Halen. You know, I just tripped out and go, fuck, this guy took the time to find out what I was doing, even though it was a guitar.
Did you ever think about adding any other instruments? Keyboards or maybe some more voices or anything like that?
Not. See, for the kind of music we write now, anyway. I mean, like, okay, when we record that album, I had no idea what this next one would be like, and to me, it's a logical progression, but it's not too, you know, it hasn't progressed to the point where, I mean, it still sounds like Van Halen, as opposed to, yeah, I can't think of any bands right offhand, but there have been bands who put out one record and the next one just sounds too different. You ever heard a band called Stray Dog? Their first album was great. The second one, all of a sudden,
I'm not, I'm not in the business to for politics. I just, I'm just hanging out. I'm kidding you. Do you play any acoustic guitar?
oh yeah, there's one song that we still might do. It's an acoustic song called Angel Eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. I was just in the midst of writing a song. In fact, I wrote it called "Angel in Your Eye."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real neat song. Dave wrote it. He wrote the melody and the chord changes and stuff. He plays guitar, acoustic, somewhat. He used to do solo stuff before. That's where Ice Cream Man came from too.
Mm.
He used to play that acoustic. He used to play at the Ice House all the time in Pasadena.
Really?
And like Ice Cream Man, we just say, hey, well, why don't you do that? And we'll just come in halfway through, And Angel Eyes, I think the reason we might not put it on is because it's too much of a change.
Uh-huh.
It's a total acoustic
Total
song.
acoustic.
And I think people might, or whatever, critics or whoever might look at it like, oh, they had to stick one on there just for the hell of putting it on, But, so we probably won't. Because if we did put it on, that ain't why we do it. It's just a good song, So maybe later on when we are doing different things, it'll fit better. Because really, this album, to me, sounds heavier than the first. The overall sound is just so much fuller.
Yeah.
I mean, the songs might not be as based on riffs as much as the first, But to me, it's in my mind, I still consider it harder sounding, but smoother too. I'm gonna explain. It's not.
Maybe it's just more mature.
Yeah, it's not as rough. It's got more tone, more confidence in the playing. It just feels more sure.
Do you sit in like on all the mixing sessions? I mean,
No. It doesn't really take that much to mix it. Like what you heard sounds decent to me. It's not even mixed. Just put everything on the same level. And there you go. See, that's why it's so simple, because there's not a bunch of shit. Oh, gotta pull this up, stuff like that. Just three instruments playing at the same levels, So what the hell? You don't have to juggle it around and pop this in here and there. Simple. I mean, I'm not saying that it's that simple to mix, but it's not that hard to. I mean, it's going to be obvious if something's lost, because then if the guitar's lost, all you hear is bass and drums. It'd be like, hey.
So when does the album come out?
February 10th, as far as I know. Maybe even sooner, because it's going so quick. We recorded the 10 songs in actually 4 days of recording, and the singing should go quick too. It's all rehearsed and ready to go.
So then you get a take and one or two run-throughs in on a song?
Oh, yeah. If you listen to this tape right here, Dance the Night Away, you can hear him say take two right before it. They haven't cut it off yet. It's a rough tape, but sure. We never do more than 3 or 4 takes of any song, because you lose the vibe, you lose the feeling, you lose that pocket, that thing where everyone's really together. Well, I find that I work best first 3 hours.
Really?
The first half hour, I'm kind of nervous and, I got to loosen up, drink a couple of beers. And then, near the tail end of the first hour, I'm cooking along for the next couple of hours, too. But after that, my mind's drained. I mean, my head's a vegetable after that. I can't, I can play, but I can't be creative. I can't think. I can't write. For some reason, man, studio really, it's rewarding writing a song, but it's also real hard on your head, to me,
So then your solos are the same way? I mean, you'll get one of yours that you're satisfied with after 1 or 2 takes?
Oh, sure. Usually they're better that way. Usually the first time I do it's the best. But then sometimes the song itself isn't as good. I mean, the first take is always, just like a run through, and sometimes it is a take. But usually that's when I solo best, because that's when I'm not thinking. After 3 or 4 times, I start thinking, oh, God, it ain't going so good. You got to do it right. I start thinking so much that you blow it.
So then you won't work out anything at home then before you come in the studio?
No, I didn't do that at all this time. I did it last time. What song? I've had a couple things. I just sat down and think, fuck, what kind of song am I going to do to this? I think it was Ice Cream Man. And I did that weird lick, that was kind of set. But no, yesterday I did like 3 overdubs. I hate overdubbing, because it's just not the same as playing with the guys, there's no feeling there for me to work off of. You know, I got to feed off them to be able to play good too. And but I still did. I surprised myself. You know, I just stand in there and drank half a bottle of wine. Just, oh, yeah, it really felt good. The rest of the guys were all partying. You know, I was the only one who worked all day yesterday. You know, but it's still everyone comes down. You know, they're drinking the beer, smoking the joints, and yelling, going, "Hey, yeah, that sounds good."
Where was the album recorded?
Sunset Sound, exact same room, everything as
Was it really?
last time. Yeah. I like that room. It's just a big room.
Yeah.
You know, wait to see the pictures that Neil took. I think you trip. Just everything. You know, it's like our basement actually. I mean, the guys who run the studio, who maintain the place, you know, they walk in after we're done, boy, and they go, beer cans all over the floor, pinks, hot dog smears all over the place, and you know. But in order for us to be comfortable, it's got to be,
Yeah.
you know, just do what we want.
It's great. You really got a great sound
Thank
in
you.
your album. Your guitars, I mean, really great. I mean, it's easy to take a Les Paul and make it sound good on the record, you know, but it's really hard to take a Strat and make it sound good.
I was kind of surprised too. It sounded better this time than the first album. I think.
Do
It sounds different.
do you use like baffles on your amp, or you just stack up and?
Um,
Because it's so live sounding, you know. Baffles tend to
get him.
compress it or something, you know, a little.
The majority of it is just, I guess, got everything stacked up, blazing away. But there was, what song was it? Or like when I did the overdub, you know, I just used small,
Mm-hmm.
I used one cabinet as opposed to, you know, 5 or 6 blasting away. But usually, no, I just face my cabinets kind of away from Al's drum mics. You know, maybe with a little partition in between around the drums.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but no heavy. See, because with us, it's not that important either to get that much separation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is to a point to keep it clean. But like when you have a lot of instruments and you got guitar bleeding on drum mics and bass coming in through guitar mics, and you know, it really garbles it up. But with us, it just kind of makes it sound more live.
Are you doing some singing on the record?
Oh, well, I do backup singing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever lead sing.
Do you mind singing?
Oh, no, not at all. I don't like singing live too much because I smoke too many cigarettes and drink too many beers and I jump around and I like to concentrate on playing more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I go, I get singing, run all the way back to my mic, you know. Whereas Dave's running around, he's got it in his hand, you know. That's the only thing I don't like. So sometimes you get hit with a pedal. Oh, it'll catch you. I used to sing, God, you know, in the early days, before we ever had Dave in the band, I used to lead sing.
It was just the three of you?
Yeah, it was me, Alan, and a different bass player. My brother, me, and a different bass player. And I used to lead sing all the Sabbath stuff and Grand Funk and, you know, you name it, Cream.
Deep Purple?
No, I don't think we ever did any Deep
Really?
Purple. I don't think we ever really played any Deep Purple until we started playing at clubs and we had to do Smoke on the Water. Oh yeah, we did one song by Deep Purple, Highway Star. I love that beat. You know, it's like Light Up the Sky or something.
Right.
I like that beat.
Is it the one with that the solo in the middle? A real quick thing.
You know, I used to sing all the time. I forget. I know all the stuff, but we never really played any of the songs like that.
It's great.
I love the solo on Bloodsucker, you know that song? I forget it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it really is.
That's when I got hooked on a bar book.
It
I
really
couldn't
is.
figure out how he did it, man. I used to think he pulled the thing up and then let it down. You know, I just didn't. I forget how it goes.
Yeah, In Rock was a great album.
Oh, it was.
Great classic. The solos are really great. And Speed King.
Yeah. You know, sort of.
Child in Time. That's a good solo too.
Yeah, he just weird looking at.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that.
that's minor. That's great.
So I know all the stuff, but he really didn't influence me as much as people think.
Really?
Yeah.
So weird.
The only thing that he got me hooked on was the twang bar.
Really?
You know, there's only so many ways you can use it. You know? So I never really liked the way he played that weird staccato stuff. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
When we talked before, you said Clapton was
yeah,
like your
I
main
just love
influence.
the way he played. He's real smooth and a lot more feeling to it. You know?
Solo on Crossroads was really great.
Yeah, I used to not think no for no. I probably still do. I used to do all that stuff.
Even the second part?
Yeah, kind of. What? What? I forget. I forget, Cat. I used to know nothing. No, for
That's
no.
great. He had great finger vibrato.
It's been years since I played that. I still remember. Another song we always used to do, Cat. Sitting on Top of the World off of Goodbye Cream.
Great. That's about as fast as he ever plays.
Yeah, yeah. But it was great.
It was great. What about Beck?
Back? I never really
As far as
listened to him.
really?
Not until you know, that stuff. I like that album. And, you know, of course, Blow by Blow and Wired, I love. Before that, I just never really got into him. Like, I didn't like him with Beck Bogart and Appice.
No, I wasn't very good, but the early band with Rod Stewart was good, though.
Yeah, I never really liked it.
Really?
Well, it's not that I didn't like it. I just never listened to it. When I listen to it now, it sounds old.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. That riff he does in there is great.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, because you can't hear him. You can't tell the difference when one goes down and one comes up. You know, real control.
He's good.
Yeah. So, who do you live? Do you live with a band in Pasadena?
We did before we got signed. You know, we all lived in one big house, but you know, now we just all went home with my parents.
Live with your parents?
Yeah, me and Al both live at home with my parents. Dave lives with his dad, and Mike lives with his parents. We all lived, you know, close together.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, you know, all of our parents just, you know, had it up to here with rock and roll, you know. So we all moved in together in this big house, you know, so kind of pitched in for the rent, you know. So the chicks living there too to cook for us and wash our clothes. It was kind of neat, actually. But now our parents, you know, will have us once again.
So, do you guys plan to go out back and play around anymore, or you can wait till the record comes out and you can go out and play any?
Yeah, I should like to do a local gig somewhere before we take off, you know. That's why New Year's Eve would have been great at the Whiskey.
Yeah.
But, you know, Dave busted his foot. It's kind of a drag. I really enjoy playing.
You do?
You know, I don't know what else to do. I mean, you know, I mean, the worst thing about touring, I think the main reason also why we didn't burn out on the road, even though we've been out for so fucking long, is that we really enjoy playing. The high point of the day would be when we walk on stage. You know, it's not work. The work part is, you know, traveling. Even that at times wasn't so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to take 3 planes, you know, you go in circles just to get nowhere. I remember once we had to get somewhere, I think Bay City, Michigan. We were in Texas. Instead of taking one flight up, we had to go to Denver, then Chicago. You know, I mean, you just had to go everywhere. 3 different planes. When we, you know, we were almost home, Denver. You know, then we'd go all the way back to Michigan. You know, and then we get there, we do an in-store, go by a couple of radio stations, and by that time I'm burned out, you know. But then when we walk on stage, man, even if I'm dead, I still get off playing. What else can I tell you? Something interesting.
So you're really pleased with the album then?
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me tell you about you know, how Dave broke his foot. 'Cause that's, you know, the picture on the back of the cover of Dave is the shot where he broke his foot. It's a trippy picture when you see it. It's like, you know, he's way up in the air with his feet out like that, and with a mic like that. And the funny thing is, he's still holding onto the mic stand with his hand.
Oh, really?
Like that. It's such a trippy picture. You know, he's wearing these kind of shoes, and these Capizio dance shoes are no good if you're bouncing up and down on cement. So, you know, he really racked up his foot. Posted his foot, and the picture on the back of the album cover is the one, you know, proves it. And then on the inside, you know, Dave's sitting there with a cane and a cast, you know, on his foot.
So it's a full light album?
No, it's you know, the inside,
the sleeve.
The dust sleeve is going to be, you know, a grade up from that shit.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be paper. It'll be, you know, some nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can weasel it out of it. No, look at this, man. This is funky. The pictures on it, too. Yeah. Yeah, I look like I just got into boxing. Dave, can't even see him. It's funny, man. I went to the show the other night. And, you know, I was dressed up a little bit, you know, just going out with a chick, and I was wearing this thing, and I bought a hot dog, and the guy kept staring at it. You know, he's looking at me, he's going, hey, Dave Roth from Van Halen was just in here the other day, and he had one just like that. Where'd you get that? I go, I'm in a band too, dude. And he's going, what? You're kidding. You know, and he starts freaking out. He's going, God damn, you look like a mean Mexican on the cover. I'm just standing going, thanks a lot, guy. Well, I always do tend to pull some mugs, you know, when I'm playing, I guess.
So did you guys make a lot of money?
I don't know yet.
Well, you still haven't seen it.
No. Oh, we gotta, you know, meet with our accountants next week, I guess, to see what we've made. I don't really know. Well, it sounds funny, man, but I just still feel like a kid, man. It doesn't faze me. I can't even relate to, even if I made a lot of money, I don't know what the fuck to do. I went out and bought myself a $700 car. You know, just because what the fuck? I still live at home. Why? I wouldn't know what to do with it. You know, first thing I'm going to do, you know, is, you know, my dad's going to retire. Me and Al said, you know, if we're making enough money, I guess. Even just weekly checks out of our corporation, we're making more than he is a week. You know, so we said, fuck, quit your job. You know, you're getting old. He's been working like 7 days a week ever since we came to this country. And, you know, going to buy him a boat and retire him. So he can go fishing. What else can I tell you about the record?
So I mean, the band feels tighter because of 10 months on the road and
Definitely
the experience of the first album.
Sure. Just without knowing it, man. You just, you know, so tight. See, we toured for quite a while, and we went through the U.S. at least 3-4 times. We must have played, you know, Texas and everywhere at least 2-3 times, the same cities, you know. First time was with Journey Montrose. Second time was probably on our own. Third time was with Sabbath. And, you know, people just keep, even guys from Warner Brothers, you know, local reps, you know, they come around and go, God damn, you guys just keep getting better. I'm going, you know, because I don't feel it. We can't tell. You know, it's just it's an unconscious thing. It's just, you're in the groove, you know, without knowing it. You're so much tighter. Ted said the same thing when we rehearsed. He's going, fuck, I can't believe how tight you guys are, you know, compared to the first record. What can I say? You know, I guess we, you know, I hate saying that we're a working and playing band because then I feel like I'm sounding like Foghat, you know. But we do get better when we play. You know, we're not studio wizards. We're not the type of people who take off for a year and, you know, go down in their basement and whatever, you know. We get better playing live and stuff like that.
Do you practice much on your own?
I haven't been too much lately, especially because we were doing the record. I wanted to try it kind of and just do it totally spontaneous as opposed to being prepared. You know, how many songs have we? Some of those songs we wrote in the studio. Dance the Night Away. Light Up the Sky wasn't, you know, we never played it together. I mean, I had the riffs, you know, so that was pretty much written in the studio. You know, yeah, it was written in the studio. The lyrics, you know, the words, everything, the melody, and the chord changes, the arrangement, that was written in the studio.
You'll give Dave